matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Atlanta Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And again, it's Chubb. And some space here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Wilson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing is Wilson. And this is caught by Watkins. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the fourth down conversion. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now Goff on first down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Goff now looking to throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. The Bengals at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Yards remain on second down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Here we go on 4. Goff. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw. Taylor fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Ryan Succop for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not
telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Wilson on first down. And his pass incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
They go with Chubb on second down. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's Wilson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. Got his target, Samuel. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Bengals have recovered it. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll give it to Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's third and goal. Now Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown Falcons. Ian Thomas as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Goff now to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Odafe-Owe. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, it was so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. But these are the situations that really tested defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick if indeed they end up trying one.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score there.
Oh, my Lord.
Yet again, Goff is intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spot. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jesus.
Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that. That maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half. And that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security. And none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Play action. It's gone. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now gone. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And that will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. first down. They'll run with Chubb. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. To throw is Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, Wilson forced out to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Here's Goff. He's got the connection to Moore. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On third down, Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the Bengals are right back in this football game. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training.
Oh, right
another
there.
Interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Falcons are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Falcons. David Njoku, 58 yards. And the Falcons might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. The point after is good, and it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up third down. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Buying time to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Chubb. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on first down, then ran it on second down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important third down try?
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Here's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Took their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Point after, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Wilson to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16.